Hi, this is Dave coming to you from sunny Jacksonville, Florida, and we've had an amazing 2 weeks of Trump 2.0. It's been every day, brilliant draining of the swamp, restructure, put the light of truth and Doge into the slimy swamp. I thought USAID was huge 2 days ago, because it is. It's the main front of the CIA, $70 billion, 90% of it for coups and rebellions, 10% for helping people, which what they claim is what they do, which is just a token front of humanitarianism. USAID, they were even responsible for Tiananmen Square in China. They overthrew the democratic elected government of the Ukraine in 2014, which has cost us hundreds of billions of dollars for that overthrow. And last night, Trump just dropped the real bomb. He is going for greatest president, I don't know, since Andrew Jackson defeated the national banks. That one's pretty huge, but this is peace in the Middle East. Trump is going for, and looks like he could pull it off, creating peace in the Middle East. He's stated that he's going to put U.S. troops in Gaza and fix it, and he's going to declare the zone international zone. So that fixes a couple things. Is like, Israel has been ruthless, genocidal, and there's no way they would handle a takeover of Gaza without just basically more of the prison camp brutality and mass murder. So it solves the humanitarian issue. Netanyahu, he's been unpopular since 9 months before. I was living in Israel, and he had protesters in every city. There were protesters against him because he was stealing democracy away from their system with the appointment of Supreme Court judges. And the more Israelis find out about this war, the more they don't like it, about the way he's treated the hostages, shooting them, the Israeli soldiers shooting them. They killed their own people with helicopters on October 7th. And so anyway, it's incredible. And it's actually not too bad for Gazans. It looks like it's a good offer of peace and compromise for the Gazans. They can't trust Israel, so they're better off dealing with the Americans if it truly works out that way, and they don't, oh, here you go, now we just cost all of our soldiers' lives and all America's money to rebuild, and then we're just going to hand it over to Israel, and then they're going to exploit and reap all the benefits, which I suspect that's what is actually going to happen. Because the deal is just a little bit too good, and it's unbelievable for Trump, because he's going to rebuild not just Gaza, making a golden Trump village in the Middle East. He's opening up Egypt and Jordan and getting land to develop their Palestinian settlements in Egypt and Jordan. So he's going to basically leave his mark for history. Trump Gaza, Trump Egypt, Trump Jordan. So his narcissist dreams are fulfilled. Peace in the Middle East. The end of the genocide, which is fantastic for the Palestinians. But, you got to wonder how much of this has already been planned. And I had suspected that we're getting way too much of what we want, and so what's the real agenda? And I've always suspected that it's like, America's gotten bad deals with the government for so long. This gift horse, which you're not supposed to look in the mouth, could have, all the things that are happening that are good could have all been staged as a distraction for the real agenda, which is anything for Israel. So Netanyahu's been losing the war. He lost up in the north against Hezbollah. He's doing no progress. He's only killing civilians and destroying buildings in Gaza. He hasn't come close to eliminating all the resistance. It was always puppet. It's hard to say who's the puppet, but by money, Israel is a child of the United States. We fund them. We fight their wars for them. They pretend they're successful, but who knows? Like with all the financial support that we give them and all the spying, stealing of technology like China does, it's like, well, you're a good parasite. I'll give you that. You're successful at being a parasite, but this is possibly. You could even suspect that this was so timed that Trump had to wait to become president until now for it to be ready to happen. So they may have staged and just put this horrible zombie corpse Biden in the middle just for timing's sake, which is entirely possible. It's all these things are so well fit together, but it's amazing, and we have a goal, like a Trump new golden era is forming, and all so far all the moves are pretty good. The thing that I also worry about though is Corona 2.0, because Trump wasn't he gave signs of like, hey, let's look at hydrochloroquine and ivermectin, and he was shot down. So he was on that side, the correct side, but he was also in favor of the vaccines, and it's like, we're gonna have the best vaccines. I'm gonna develop them fast, and you're gonna love them. And so we can't trust him if they release the next engineered bioweapon against us. That's going to be the real line to the litmus test to see if he's just pretending to be the good guy and really he's just managing the chaos. He may be masterfully managing the chaos that they've created for us, and they present a false savior, if you will, who's cynically just manipulating the masses to do anything for Israel, which always happens. So I think that's about it. In the comments, I'll drop a link to a ChatGPT that shows all the great leaders that have occupied Israel. Having a standing army in Israel is kind of a first. I mean, to my knowledge, we have military Air Force base there for support, but that's it. So that it's something new to happen. So interesting times, and so far so good.